What's up, guys? So, damn, man, it's early. Still zero dark 30, and we are in the car at the gas station again. Just grabbed a can of chew and some energy drinks. I got a mine to go to today. Claims of being active. Could have been a significant what do you call it, supplier, or like it could have been very profitable mine. So I do not know if the adit will be open, but the tailings pile from the outside is huge, and in the Sierra Nevadas that really means something, because typically the hard rock and stuff, like a lot of the mines weren't as large as some of the ones in Nevada and stuff that you see. So got a big ass truck behind me. I hope that doesn't screw up my lighting. And this old boy is getting ready to leave, so I'm gonna head up there, no dog today, just in case there's a gnarly trash pile. Don't need her getting her pad cut that far out, and we'll see what it has to curtail for us. Alright, so we're gonna have to call another audible. This keeps happening to me. The trail's closed, the road is fucked up. They had a grader out here. I passed about a quarter mile back, so we're gonna have to turn around and try to access this one, possibly from another way, or scrap it all entirely. This really sucks, but there's not much I can do about it. So I had to call an audible because that first place was no good. They have the trail closed, and from the reports that I said, because you have to launch from a known park area kind of thing, and you got to trail off from there. So it's like a rough road, non-county maintained, even though they had a grader out there, and obviously the state was doing something for it. I'm now near a mine that I explored in one of my last videos, and this is just kind of a high mountain point next to it. I have to park real close to the road, basically on the road, the main road up in the mountain, to get to this point. And to get to the mine, I park at a mountain bike access. I'm already coming across a good sign though. That would be a deer print, real soft as we're coming up. There's a couple more there. So I'm following this. This isn't the actual trail, this is an animal trail. A big animal trail that they're using. The actual road is just below me, that they used back in the day. What I call the old horse roads, back when most folks are still getting around on horseback and shit. There's quite a few bears out here right now. We got snow about 1,000 feet up from where I am, and maybe 1,500 feet up from where I am, and a lot of them are down here trying to eat, because there ain't much food up there. There ain't much food in California for them in general, but most of the berries and stuff have started popping down here. So they shouldn't be stuck to manzanita just yet. But plus there's a lot more garbage cans down here too, and I'll say if we don't start hunting more bears, that California is going to start seeing more and more bear problems that will follow suit with the cat problems that we have since we quit hunting them. Now they've just decided to take away our night use, so when I like to get to my spots really early, or like our houndsmen who are now having to face not being able to hunt at the prime locations, it takes away a lot of the fawn killers, a lot of your, I mean, overall population killers, your yotes, your raccoons and stuff. They don't mainstay in a lot of the animals that we hunt, but they definitely have an effect on them, especially the fawns. Squirrels, rabbits, I mean, it all comes around. They eat a lot of mice and stuff, so they're not necessarily bad, but at the same time, we don't want to just take them off the table. They should be on the menu still. And so I'm coming up, this might be part of the bike trail. Maybe, maybe not. Tell me what you guys think made those holes like that. It's kind of unusual. I've never come across it. This area has been burned. That looks a lot like an animal was digging in it to me. But you guys tell me what you think. The crazy things you find when you're out here scouting. And the beautiful thing is that I get to double up. I can scout for the animals that I hunt in the fall, and I can as well look for old artifacts and stuff, because this site doubles as both. It's beautiful out here this morning. Just a beautiful oak meadow I'm sitting in right now. I need to get the metal detector out here soon and see what I can find. Wow, I mean, there's tracks, there's deer tracks all over this place. As you can see by what's behind me, there's a lot of these trees aren't doing so hot. Now, as I'm coming up here, I'm thinking, like, because of where the mine was, a lot of times your foremen and stuff, if they were living on site, the mine I'm talking about is rather old too, so if they were living on site, because we would have been pretty far from any kind of town for that time, we should be right around where a foreman would want to stay, far enough away from the guys and the machinery. He could have his family and stuff out here. You'll find flowers planted a lot of times around the old foundations, and that's because guys would have flowers brought in for their wives to have gardens and such. And some of the newer operations out here in the Nevadas, you can even see where they had chain link fencing and things like that. More modern boundary tools to keep the animals and stuff in or out. I'm sure deer ravaged their shit back in the day. Guys have a hard enough time now. So here's another thing, like, look at this here. Like, that's a well-worn trail. Could have been, I mean, I don't think it's a bike trail. Like, it's just far too off the course from where they ever have had one in the past. But you can tell that's pretty well beaten. So this is the clearing that I seen on the onX Hunt app. And it looks a lot like what it showed on the map, so I'll give it to onX. I mean, they have, I can't think of a time they've ever let me down, really. That app is the bee's knees when it comes to finding things. They don't always have the mines located. I mean, you're more, I mean, if the Forest Service closed it down, it's probably on this map. But then again, not always. A lot of them never made it onto the map. It's not directed for that, it's directed for hunting. And for that purpose, it serves very well. It just makes you wonder, like, what this place looked like so long ago. And as I'm out here, I'm looking for a lot of things. I'm looking for artifacts and signs of old human life, but I'm as well looking for deer sheds. I'm looking for places where deer would have to jump to get to where they're going. A lot of times that jolt of them jumping can dislodge their antlers at the right time of the year, and a lot of this stuff, I mean, so overgrown. We don't dredge our forests anymore, or thin them rather, I should say. As I'm going through this, I'm just kind of looking, you know, you keep seeing my eyes go down. I'm looking for the sign. So there's some of it. Some of it's kind of old. It rained here not that long ago. All right, guys, I'm gonna come back to you in a second. I'm gonna have to get on the app and see where I'm at and double check and make sure everything's square. So I wanted to snap back in real quick, guys, and show you a perfect opportunity really to find a shed, these types of situations that you find out in the woods. So we have a very clearly worn trail, as you can see, like, it's real obvious, and there's 2 logs here, so these deer, to get over this, are gonna have to jump. And as they come through here and it gets later and later in the season, their antlers get ready to come down. This is where you're gonna find a shed. This is it, because they're gonna jump, it'll come off. I mean, a real obvious situation, but some people don't think about it. When you're walking these trails, you're looking for stuff. I mean, look for this, because this is what you want to see. I mean, that right there is all that it would need for it to come right off, and then, I mean, the damn deer don't care. So where it falls is where it lays until something gets a hold of it that may want to eat it. But as I'm going through here, I'm not finding much as far as artifacts or mine sign, but I found that, so I just wanted to share that, guys, with you guys, and I'll check back in here in a second when, or if I find something better. So I've been going, you know, and I'm coming back and forth. This is just a real good shot here. You can see the grass on either side of it. That's the road that led me to this location. It's very, very, very overgrown. If you look behind me here, there's a tree right through there in the middle of this road, and that's why I came. I wanted to see. I figured if the road was right here, it would have been a good access point. You know, it's not far from where the mine is. So I was thinking that maybe be able to like find a living quarters or something, be able to find a good set of artifacts, a nice location that Mother Nature's taken back, and it just didn't seem to be profitable this time. So I'll keep pushing on. I mean, that's what keeps us going, right? Is the allure, the mystery. So all in all, it's a good trip. I'm getting towards the end of it. Be heading back to the truck soon. It's thick, it's hard. I mean, it's scouting. It is what it is. This is why it ain't for everybody. Oh shoot. Well, thanks for coming along, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to find some more in the next video. Good sign. A couple of good tips is all I could give you for this one. So so to give a synopsis of what I found so far, I'm right at like 4,000, 3,500 foot elevation. A lot of good deer movement. The does are grouping up still, and I jumped one group. I didn't know where they were bedded at, so obviously wouldn't have done that if I'd have known, but lots of good sign. They're definitely moving around these lower elevations. They seem to be staying just below the snow line right now. I was up to the snow line in my last video, and there really wasn't any movement. I mean, it really was a fruitless venture for the most part, outside of being able to see where the snowpack is. So that was a lot of good information there, but these lower groups, like these lower elevations right now, there's like foothill area, if you will, it's moving and they're doing their thing. There's a lot of good saplings on the ground, and all in all, I think it's going to be a great season. As the snow melts, I would follow them up. That's what I'm going to do, and kind of track their movements. Then bucks should want to get up back up high as best as they can. These foothill areas do leave them exposed. Deer are big on escape routes, so you know they're going to have, like most animals, they're going to have a few different ways out of wherever they're at. They're going to know their area very well, and so it's really important to make sure that you understand that and you follow with them, right? You can't always go to the same elevation. That was my mistake in the last video, as I tried to go up too high too soon. And we're all prone to making the same mistakes. It's something I've done in the past. It's not something I want to continue to do. So I made a change, called an audible, right? So that's always good to do. Reassess what you're doing. We had weather the other day, which, up higher, it gets a lot better. Down here, they get a little bit of rain, nothing crazy. In the valley, we got almost nothing measurable. And all in all, this is where I would start right now. We're third week of March, just after St. Patty's Day. So I would stay right around this area, check out your foothill areas, start to locate your deer and move up with them. Because it's, you know, it's just a little difficult going up too high too soon. There's not enough food. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. And you listen to me ramble on and everything, and I hope you're able to pull something good out of this video. I know everybody, their levels of knowledge are different, so I don't try to assume anybody knows everything, and kind of break it down Barney style for y'all. Next week it'll be another video, and we'll see if we can't find a little bit better sign, maybe run into a shed or two.